All right. Thank you so much for jumping on. We're trying to figure out which time works best for the team with all the different time zones. We got to figure out something that works. It's hard because sometimes it's too late for you guys in the East Coast, but then it's like right in the middle of dinner for us on the West Coast. So we're going to find something that works. So we took a poll to see what everybody was struggling with. And tonight we're going to talk about hitting Success Club because I feel like it's the fresh beginning of the month. Let's talk about that and the things that we need to be doing in order to make that happen. Because I feel like a lot of us are overcomplicating it. And we really just need to make it keep it simple. And so like when you're a coach, you have a couple of options. You can be like, I'm so overwhelmed by everything that I need to do. I just can't do any of it. And I know that sometimes that happens because when I have a list that is too long, I'm like, I'm going to color on my phone instead. Like, I get it. Like, I need to delete apps off my phone sometimes because I just want to sit and color instead of fold 6 loads of laundry, which was me on Saturday. So, or our other choice is, all right, there's a lot to do. I'm going to take it 15 minutes at a time. I'm going to chunk what I'm going to do. And that is what it's the way to go, because when you throw your hands in the air, nothing's going to get done anyway. So I'm going to go through a few things that we are completely overcomplicating, which is making Success Club not happen. And if we're doing these things and going through them all, Success Club is going to happen. So first thing that we're overcomplicating is our journey. It's super simple. You need to work out every day on the same program and not say, oh, today I want to do this and tomorrow I want to do this. Like, pick a calendar, pick a program and do it. Stick to it. If you don't have a lot of time, pick a Transform 20. If you don't want to do Transform 20, there's 22-minute hardcore. There is Lift 4. We have our new Ultimate Portion Fix. Like, there are so many programs out there that fit any schedule. So there's literally no excuse not to pick one and follow the calendar. When I first started, I was queen of skipping workouts. I don't like yoga. I'm not going to do it today. Or Pilates again, not going to do it. Like, I did that all the time. It wasn't until 80-Day Obsession last year that I completed a full program. Like, that's embarrassing. It was a couple years into my program. And so after I did that, I have not missed a single workout since I did 80-Day Obsession. I think because it was consecutive and my type A personality couldn't skip a day and then be behind. Like, I just couldn't do it. So you need to figure out what you like and what works for you. If you don't like what you're doing, I still want you to commit to finishing it, because like I did Country Heat. I hate Country Heat. I'm not going to lie. But I know when I have somebody who is struggling with, who needs something fun, that's probably a good program for them. It's not for me. It's not for me. But I know everything about that program, and it is our job to know. So you pick a program and you follow it. The other thing is follow the meal plan. I know it's really easy not to follow the meal plan, because especially if you've gotten to a goal weight, you're like, I'm good. No, follow the meal plan. Get the results, because your challengers are going through those struggles and you need to be able to share with them. Like, I struggled today doing that because of blank. And read a book or listen. You need to pick something and stick to it. Like, if you are listening to something and you're like, oh, this doesn't resonate with me, there are so many options out there that drop it. Go to the next thing that you need, because there's no point in skipping your personal development every day because you're like, oh, it's so boring. Like, I was listening to a book and I was 2 hours in. I'm like, I've given you 2 hours of my life that I can never get back. I got to switch. Like, this is not working for me. So I switched, and now I'm so much happier, and I can like share things for my personal development with my followers. If you have something that's just like, ugh, this isn't working for me, you can't share that. But you have to do it. Now, personal development is above and beyond those of you and us that are doing like your personal Bible time. You need to pick a book or listen to a book that is business, about something that you're struggling with. So like for me, I've listened, not even kidding, to You Are a Badass at least once or twice every other month. Like, it is on constant thing, because it speaks to me outside of that, and it pumps me up and makes me want to do things. I probably know way too much, so I'm moving on. But find something that you like and listen to it. There's Energy Bus. There's Girl Wash Your Face. Girl Stop Apologizing. Like, pick something that you need that's going to be like, you can do this. Go do it. okay? And I am not saying don't do your devotion time. What I'm saying is you need to pick something above and beyond that to be listening, that'll make you a better coach, a better leader, a better business person, all of those things that are separate. And then the last thing is stop being so mean to yourself. Like, you really, really, really need to give yourself grace. Okay, you're not going to be the perfect person. You're not going to be the perfect coach. Sometimes you're going to have something that's going to come up, but you need to talk positively to yourself. You need to say that I can do this, that I am capable, that I deserve this, because I know so many times that inner voice is telling us that I shouldn't want that, or I shouldn't need that. And it is okay to dream big. And so you need to be kind to yourself and know that some days you're going to suck at your workout, and that's okay because you showed up. And you're going to share about that, how you struggled. Like on Saturday, I had to stop my workout and I was so bummed and upset about it, but my shoulder hurt so bad. But I showed up, and yes, it sucked, so I stopped. And now I've realized that me and Autumn, we have an issue together, but we're going to have to work it out these next 42 days. So that's the number one thing. And if you are not taking care of your journey and you're not sharing your journey, you're not going to hit Success Club. Okay, you have to share about it. People have to see that you're on it. They have to see that you're getting a before picture and an after picture. Like, I just shared a before picture and after picture not too long ago, and I didn't realize that it was a before and after picture, but one popped up on my memories of me flexing, and I put them next to each other, and I was like, holy cow, I have changed. But it has been because I've been showing up every day. So go look at pictures from 3 months ago and put it next to one today and share how you are feeling different. Maybe you don't see a huge physical change, but share what you're feeling internally. Or maybe you don't have stomach issues anymore. You can share those as you go. And the other thing that we're complicating that making Success Club hard is your business hours or tasks. You're overcomplicating them. Like, everybody's like, I don't even know what to do. What should I do? The business activity tracker is amazing now. Like, it breaks it down into 15-minute increments or 10-minute increments. Like, if you are following the business activity tracker every single day, after a month or two, there is no reason you shouldn't be hitting Success Club. Anita Myron's husband, I don't know if you know her, she was a top 10 coach a couple times. Her husband had not very many followers. He wasn't into the business. He just was like the trophy husband. And he decided that he was going to follow the business activity tracker every single day for a month. And guess what? He's hitting Success Club on his own, and he's growing his own social media now. Not off of her, his own points and his own social media. And so I want you to know that that business activity tracker is there so that you are set up to hit Success Club. So don't make it overcomplicated. It tells you, post on your Instagram, drink your shake, share your workout. Like, it gives you tasks. So don't think that it has to be super complicated. But if you follow that, and it is in the, I have it posted in the team page, but it's also in the, what is it? It's on your online office, and you can find it in there. And it's really great. It has check boxes. I love checking things off. I don't know who else does, but sometimes I'll even write things down to check it off just because I accomplished something. And so if you're like me, it has check boxes. And so what I want, and then so in there, it's going to be all the activities that you need to do. So don't think it's complicated. Follow the business activity tracker and you'll go through. Now, this is a huge key to Success Club, and that's inviting. We make it so complicated. I don't know who to invite. Maybe they're going to think I'm salesy. Oh my goodness, they're going to not want to follow me anymore. So here's the thing. You have to remember that when you're inviting somebody, you are sharing the gift of this business, or you are sharing the gift of these products and programs, because everybody is here because your life has been changed. We wouldn't be coming in and day out if our life wasn't changed for a reason. There are people on our team who've lost 60, 70, 80, 120 pounds. So clearly you are sharing a gift. And if you are afraid to share that gift, you might not be allowing somebody's life to be changed, and they might be needing you at this point. So you need to remind yourself that I have a gift and I'm sharing it. I'm going to be changing lives by doing this. Because if you're afraid of somebody saying no, that's like, people are going to say no, and it's not against you. It's they're not ready. And so you need to remember that. And you never know who's going to say yes unless you hit send. I sent out 15 invites to my Ultimate Portion Fix group. I'm waiting till next week to start mine because I work out at 5 a.m. and they don't come live until 9, and I can't wait that long. And so I'm going to start next week with my group. So I've been inviting to them starting with me. And I sent it to 3 girls who we've never had any conversation with before, but they've been watching my stories. And so I sent it to them. And one girl, she already is filling out her basket. The next person is talking it over with her husband. And like the other one says, I know how much it is financially now. I'm saving for next month. So like if I would have held that from them, like they were like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I needed this. Thank you for reaching out to me. Now that was 3 people. The other 10 have ignored me. That's okay. But I reached out to those 3 people. And so everybody's like, well, what do I need to say in an invite? How would you want to be invited? And this gets a little complicated because everybody likes to be invited differently. For me, if you're going to invite me to something, don't start talking about my kids and asking me a bunch of questions. Just go straight to the invite, because then I know the only reason you're talking to me is because you really wanted to invite me in the first place. So let's just get down to the point. And so my invite is super simple. It's like, hey, I don't know if you saw my stories. My boot camp starts next week. Would you be interested in snagging a spot? Super simple. Or, hey, my team is doing a coach sneak peek and I think you'd be amazing at this. Would you be interested in checking it out? They can say yes or they can say no. It's really simple. And if they say yes, then we can start talking about like giving them information. But it's the invite. Keep it simple. If you want somebody to be all super sweet and fluffy to you, you need to be super sweet and fluffy to your people, because that's what they're looking for. They might not be as direct as I am, but I just don't like when somebody's always like, well, I don't, like if they ask me the cost, a lot of times I go straight to it, because I don't want somebody wasting 15 minutes of my time without it. I do try to avoid that as much as possible because I want them to see the whole value. But some people like me, if I go straight to cost, I need to know how much it costs because I don't want to waste your time or my time. And so you know your people, but don't get afraid of the invite. Just keep it simple. And it's okay to copy and paste. You are not being icky, okay? I can send 15 invites in about 20 minutes because I'm copying and pasting and I'm not being icky. You know what I do? Instead of saying, hey, Sally, I change it to Sarah when it's Sarah. That's it. I keep it simple because I've got 4 kids. I don't have time to let's be looking at your page and figuring out what's going on. If you're watching my stories, if you're liking my posts, if you're following me, you've made a choice. You made a choice to follow me, and now you get to be in my inbox. And if you decide that you don't want to be, again, that is your choice. But 9 times out of 10, they stay. And I have people who have like 8 invites from me in their inbox. And then finally on the 9th one, they're like, oh, hey, yeah. I'm not kidding. I've had a girl who has said yes to my polls for 6 months. Like every week she's saying yes to my polls and I invite her every time. And she finally goes, I think I'm ready now. Okay, great. So always be inviting. If they don't want to invite from you anymore, guess what they do? Click unfollow. Or they say, please stop inviting me. Like, it's really that simple. And then you know they're not your people. And now you're like, well, how are you okay with this? Because in number 1, I've been focusing on my journey and making sure that I have that personal development. Because believe me, in those first months, I was just feeling everybody who said no was saying they hated me. But now I'm to the point where I know it's not me. It's about them. And they will come around when they're ready. Okay, so that's why we have to keep inviting. Because when you focus on yourself, everything else will fall into place. Okay, so the next thing that we are overcomplicating is Instagram. This is where you get your people. Or Facebook. We're making it super complicated, and it should not be complicated. Like, people are watching you. They're watching you while they are folding laundry, while they are going to the bathroom, while they're getting ready for bed. They're going to watch and click through. So in your stories, you need to talk about you. You need to talk about who you are, share about your day, do a couple of clips from your workout. I use Triller, a lot of us do, and it's TRILLER, and you can mash a couple clips together with some music or just put them in your feed. But so that way people know you're working out, you're drinking a shake, you've got this crazy bright red or bright yellow juice that you drink in the morning and you love it. And everybody knows, I get all these times, what is that you're drinking in the morning? It seems to make you really happy. And it does. It makes me very happy. And so they want to know what it is. So share about yourself. Let them get to know you. You don't have to be all sunshines and rainbows. Sometimes you're having a bad day and that's okay and you need to share. I was bawling in my stories last week and people were connecting to me and saying, thank you for opening up. Okay, did I want to share a story of me crying because I'm like the ugliest crier ever? No. But I knew that there are people who are dealing with those things and they need to know that they're not alone and that everything is not always sunshine and rainbows. And sometimes I have posts and I get super crazy when people make comments about foster care or adoption. That's just me, and people know it. And so I've connected with those people, and I'm starting to have that tribe of people who are like, I just need somebody who is in my corner and knows what I'm talking about. And so that's why you need to be you, because people are going to connect to me for one reason, and they're going to connect to Bethany for a different. And so, and we've all been connected to each other for one reason or another. And so you don't know what part about your story is going to make that. So posts, you have to post every day. Stop thinking it's complicated. It doesn't have to be some crazy long, thought out, ridiculous post. It can be something simple, but you need to show up every single day, because Instagram and Facebook love to have this, like, we didn't show up, you're not going to show up in anybody's feed anymore type of nonsense that they do. And so I want to make sure that you're showing up every day. And because I've heard coaches, and I've had people tell me that who aren't even following me, I looked for you every day and you're the reason I did this. And so, like, you might not even have anybody following right now, but they're checking you out every day. And so you need to show up every day. Show up in the good days, show up on the bad, but post. Do something. Find a filter, make a filter, stick with it, and make it. It doesn't have to be like the most beautiful page ever, but filters help, so that way when you have bad lighting, because my pictures are at 5 o'clock in the morning and it's not good lighting. I need to get one of those nice pretty ring lights. But until then, my filter will help. And so make sure you're doing that. The other thing you make too complicated is grow your following. When you're first starting out, a lot of times you're like, well, I don't have very many people following me, and then you run out of what we call your warm market. Those are your friends and your family, your close friends, your aunts, your uncles. Those are people who are going to help support you in the first few months. But you need to make sure that you're growing your following every single day, and that's on the business activity tracker. But go follow people. Find people that you like. Find accounts that you like and follow their people. Engage with those people. Like or comment on their posts. Set your timer for 10 minutes and go do it a couple times a day, or 5 minutes. But do something. And if you have an iPhone, you can use Captivate and put it on night mode and it will follow for you. I don't know how that works because I don't have an iPhone, but you can do that. And there are just ways. It doesn't have to take long, but you can go in and like find a page that you love. Go in and follow their first 50 people. Don't do more than 50 an hour, otherwise Instagram goes crazy. So, but you can do that, and it only takes you a little bit of time to do that. Set a reminder twice on your phone a day, maybe. Take 5 minutes and do it, and then that's it. And it is easier. Like, I set reminders because I don't remember things. I have a reminder that even just tells me that I will commit to succeed. Like, I just have those little like sayings that pop up different times of the day. Like, Success Club comes easily to me. Like, and I just say it out loud when I read it. And so my husband stopped following my calendar because I have like 12 things on my calendar that pop up all day. And he's like, what is this? I was like, it's me. I just need to be reminded that sometimes I'm amazing. So you can do those types of things. And yes, it does help. I thought it was ridiculous in the beginning, and it took me a long time to be okay with that. But you need to make sure that your attitude isn't, I want to hit SC, to I'm going to help as many people as I possibly can, and Success Club is a non-negotiable. And I know that sometimes that feels a little bit overwhelming, but I have been, my first year, I was gung-ho, let's go. I was hitting SC 30 almost every month. That was just my thing. And then I was like, well, what if I run out of people? And so then I started just shooting for SC 10. And then growth didn't happen as much because I had that scarcity mindset that people were going to run out. And it is not true. I haven't had a month where I haven't hit SC in 4 years and 3 months. Okay, so in 51 months, I've hit it every single month. And this last month, I talked to my corporate mentor, and she was like, I want you to shoot for a number you haven't shot for in a while. And I said 30, and that overwhelmed me. I hit 18. Did I get 30? No, but you know what? If I would have shot for 10, I would have stopped. And so my goal is to help as many people as I can every single month, no matter what. Okay, and if that's your attitude and that this is going to happen, you're going to fight until that 9 o'clock Pacific time to make sure that you're helping everybody as much as you can. Let's see. And now, when you're talking about stuff, are you talking about your groups? Are you talking about what you're excited about in your groups? Are you sharing what your challengers are getting? Are you sharing about this coaching opportunity and how much you love it? And I know sometimes it's hard when we first start because you're like, well, it's about income. And it's not. Some people just want the community, and that is awesome. We have some coaches on our team who started off just because they wanted the extra accountability, and now they're rocking it. So I'm going to talk about how this coaching journey, gave me a group of people to connect with. I haven't really been one who has a lot of girl friends over the years. Like Bethany's known me since I was like 12, and like it was like her and I. Like we don't have a whole lot of girl friends, but since I've gotten in this community, I found that I like having girlfriends. I love the community. It's so much fun. I have found people who are like-minded, and so I want to share about that because people like me don't attach to friends very easily. We're very standoffish, and so this has brought me that. It has brought me the accountability that I need. Like I said, I'm finally working out and finishing programs. I used to be like, I don't want to work out today. It's not a big deal. And I was a stinking college athlete who worked out 3 or 4 hours a day. But once I got done, I was like, I'm good. So share about those things. Share what Shakeology has done for you, even if it's kept you on track for eating or it's just delicious. Like, find what works for you. All right. And then, so just tell them what they can do with this, and just share your journey, share your life. And I promise, if you stay consistent every day, take care of yourself, it will all fall into place. Okay. Are there any questions? I know I talk really fast. It's a habit, and the teacher in me, poor kids. All right. If you have any questions, can somebody take a picture? I don't have my phone. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh. So thank you so much for jumping on. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. All of us are an open book. We will share anything. Guys, we're in the hard with you. We will help you and lift you up, but don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, following your journey, and sharing about it. And I promise everything else will fall into place. Okay. Have an amazing night, friends.